Hey, ¿qué tal? Sean bienvenidos a un nuevo random gameplay y esta vez quise traer algo un poco diferente a lo que hemos visto hasta ahora en el canal, ya que esta vez vamos a jugar The Stanley Parable. He escuchado poco de este juego, pero lo principal es que tiene varios finales. Hoy vamos a ver cuántos sacamos.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Ok.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Pues qué trabajo más aburrido, la
Orders
verdad.
came to him though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day something
curioso
very
comienzo.
peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Ok. Bueno, y así es como comienza The Stanley Parable. Vale, me puedo agachar. Poner acá abajo no, pero me puedo agachar, vale. Vale, algo. ¡Uy, buen chico! La cagó. O sea, ni yo soy tan chico.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Y han desaparecido.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
No
he
podía hallar ni
couldn't
rastro de
find a
sus
trace of
compañeros.
his co-workers.
Pero, bueno, pero aquí no hay un sacapuntas simplemente. Ni siquiera una computadora. ¿Cómo trabaja ese weón entonces?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Ok, ya entendí, ya voy a avanzar. Ya, tranquilo. Espérate, ¿y si regreso? Ahí dentro no parece haber nada. No puedo volver a mi propia oficina. Ok. Ok, esta la puedo abrir y cerrar. What? Bueno, estoy apuntando acá. No sé cómo se apagó el computador, pero ya. Y hay otro computador que puedo apagar por el otro lado. ¿De qué servirá? ¿Será una forma de sacar los siguientes finales?
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Bueno, soy curioso ya. No es mi culpa que hayan hecho tantos finales para esta wea de juego. No. Porque hay una forma de salir, aparentemente. Y la música por alguna razón se detuvo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
A la derecha.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Vale, básicamente fue lo que hice así, de hecho.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room.
Ok, el tipo ya se está hartando de mí. Y tampoco llevo tanto tiempo en este trabajo, imagínate.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Primera puerta a mi izquierda. Esta. No voy a pasar por ahí, ni cagando. Algo se escucha.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Qué weá. Me hace recordar así vagamente a los mapas de Portal, específicamente el 2. Pero me encanta porque el tipo me está criticando porque no sigo, aquí me falta una tarjeta, porque no sigo las indicaciones que me está dando, pero el güey me cierra las puertas. Warning, do not jump from the cargo, leave while it is in motion. Will cause death.
¡No! ¡Fuera! ¡Impulso de idiotez! ¡No resisto más!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
A ver, yo venía a sacar los finales, pues ahí están. Ya conseguí uno. Ok, estamos de vuelta. La idea sería aquí que puedo ir por acá, de hecho. Claro, porque pasa justamente por encima, así que no hay problema, diría.
Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
¿Cómo? No sé. No quiero confiar en él. Más porque me anda cerrando las puertas. Es algo contradictorio lo que hace.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ya, sí.
I still don't think
Puta.
we're communicating properly.
¿Por qué?
Stanley walked
Creo
through
que no
the
estamos
red
comunicando
dirt
apropiadamente.
door.
¿Pero por qué?
All right, fine, go ahead,
Bien, adelante,
Stanley.
Stanley.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Tranquilo, no lo estoy haciendo. What the... Ok, esto se puso oscuro pero rápido. Bueno, ya estoy aquí, o sea, ¿podré regresar? Espérate. En teoría no es de terror. Pero sí me pone tenso y me recuerda mucho a Portal.
You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go.
Oh, shit.
The third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, estos cambios de cámara, de escenas como que me dan cositas. No, vamos por acá. Vamos por el lado izquierdo. What? Así debería verse. Estoy esperando el jumpscare en cualquier momento, en serio. Y se supone que no es de terror esto. Please rate your experience.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Puta, por ahora es que estoy comenzando, pero igual está bien. Yo diría que 4 será como...
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What the fuck? The Stanley Parable. Worldwide leaderboard. ¿Por acá?
Now,
What?
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
What the fuck? What the?
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
10 segundos más tarde.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
50-50.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
¿Qué está pasando, güey?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
¿Qué puso ahora, güey?
Well, Stanley, is
What
this
the-
any better? At
Esto es
last, the
legal.
one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose.
Fuck.
This will go.
Realmente me va a tener aquí viendo cómo el tipo hace una maldita casa de tierra además.
Yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
A ver, yo puedo hacer cosas mejores
But
que
you've
esa, así
only
que...
seen it.
¡Qué pesada está!
¿Ese es tu refugio?
Pasa y ponte cómodo. No puedo ni pasar. Ahí está.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along,
Pero
Stanley.
yo
We
no
have to
venía a
combine
jugar
it.
Minecraft. ¿Qué está pasando?
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No, ni siquiera puedo saltar, cabrón. O sea, oye, o sea, igual está bien hecho.
This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
Estoy
Okay,
escuchando
new
un zombie,
game.
weón. Estaba escuchando un zombie detrás mío. O en alguna parte. ¿Y ahora qué me llevó? Esto es Portal. Esto es Portal.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I
Esto es Portal.
love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Ok. Mierda. Esto debería haber pasado en los primeros minutos del juego.
Oh, it's a puzzle.
Es un puzzle.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Fuck. Ok, ahora sí puedo agarrar cosas. Bien.
Genius.
Genius. A ver si me acuerdo cómo quiero.
You know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here.
Ok.
You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity.
Qué rico
I
solo,
don't
weón.
need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and
¿Qué
then,
está
I'll think
pasando?
back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
¿Y ya? ¿Y fin? Ok. ¿Qué? Yo pensé que iba a morir. Bueno, esto da miedo. Bueno, esto da miedo, qué chucha. Pero ¿cómo es posible? O sea, ¿me lanzo? Porque aquí no hay camino, o sea, claramente no hay que... O sea, no sé si lo ven, pero aquí no hay camino. No hay camino. Tampoco hay camino. Ahí tampoco hay camino. Es simplemente un abismo. ¿Y ya? ¿What? ¿En dónde estoy? ¿Qué hago aquí? Realmente el tipo me dejó solo. Debería de estar aquí. ¿Qué mierda hice? Habitación 507. What the fuck? Me gusta darle la espalda a nada. 423. Para allá hay luz. Supongo, o sea. What? Sí, la luz, dicen. Ah, no, dicen no vayas a la luz, ¿cierto? Bueno, en mi caso, vaya a la luz. Por favor, que no me dé un puto susto el juego de mierda. ¿Qué mierda? ¿Qué? Y están las cámaras. ¿Será esta la zona de donde me vigilaban y me daban las órdenes? No hay nada que hacer aquí. Se apagó.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.